I don't know if we're going to pick up any audio on this or not. Probably will. So, hi, how's it going? I'm Giselle. I've been meaning to kind of like go through this rig and do a little demo. And then my friend Paul Donovan was asking about some of my pedals today. So I thought, well, I'm going to give this a try. Now, I haven't tried recording this way before. I do record my guitars in the studio typically with a Unidyne, I think it's a 545. Basically an old, before the SM57, American made 57, right on the Celestion. So that's a dynamic mic right on the speaker through the console into the DAW. But because I'm demonstrating what dry rig that I actually use for playing live with the crate amp running the reverb and half the chorus, I've got an ambient mic here. Can you see that? Yeah, right here. So this is a Rode NT1. It's just picking up the room and hopefully my voice. So I don't know what that's going to sound like, but there you go. So first of all, here's my clean tone. You always got to say that. So Friedman Dirty Shirley Mini, Crate Vintage Club 20, both totally stock, if you can call the Friedman stock. I am running through the THD hot plate, but it's actually wide open and doesn't have any tone adjusted. This doesn't do anything when it's up here, so that's cranked full on. And then I'm splitting with my TC chorus at the board, and on the crate side I have a reverb, just a leave-in-place reverb by One Control. Oh yeah, this is one of the few cords I actually bought through the music store, and it's the one crapping out. What do you love about that? Whew, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. This is a Hosa. Yeah. So the ones I bought from Mono Price on Amazon and all those no-name companies, they all still work great. Just saying. My clean tone's got a little, just on the edge of crunch. And this is my own guitar. I built the Galt Bluesmaster with Seymour Duncan JB and 58, nothing fancy. Or PAF or whatever that is. Okay, so first thing is what happens when I just take any of these overdrives. So like the One Control, it's one of my favorite ones. I run the One Control, the Jaguar, and the super badass Variac Fuzz before any compression or buffering. So they're more dynamic. So here's the One Control Golden Acorn. Really just coming through the system. Pretty straight up. So I tend to keep it low gain and kind of warm. But believe it or not, there's actually a lot of high crunch added there. You're just not hearing it in this particular setting. So that adds a lot of Dumble-esque crunch, like an overdrive special type of thing, when I combine it, say, with, okay, going to the dual fusion, if I use the, I think this is the Euphoria side. Same thing, not a tremendously overdriven sound. But now if I stack it, clean neck precision. Now here's where a lot of times I'll use, like, okay, the Archer, which is my version of the Klon here. It's a silver Archer. I've got the drive is actually set at 9 o'clock. Sometimes I'll set it lower. Volume straight up, and the treble's just a little bit left of 12 o'clock. And watch what happens here. So that you heard what I had going here. Now here's with the Klon Archer. Stacking ODs, or like, okay, like say if I put a compressor in between the Golden Acorn and the Dual Fusion, I've got a Keeley there. starts getting, you know, pretty close to a fuzz type of an effect happening pretty fast there. The other side of the dual fusion, which is I think an ODS1, it's set for brighter sound. That's two sides of the dual fusion without the clone. Then with it. See how it opens it up? Had the key in there for fun. So you were asking, Paul specifically, we were asking about how much it adds to the mid-ranginess of it. So let me get back to, okay, so this is just basically the Euphoria side of the dual fusion. It's kind of bright, clean overdrive, not a ton of gain. Now if I add the Klon, Archer, it's adding some low mids there, huh? But it's more meaty than, it's not like the Tube Screamer, which is real kind of up here in the mid range. It doesn't do that at all. So the tone, like if you listen to the lead, to me that just sounds a little fatter and more out front. And oftentimes, like I have the MXR bass compressor right next to that in the chain. They use it kind of the same way for a boost, but with a compressor, you're more aware of that compression happening, even though it's very light. I use the same thing with the Archer. And it sounds like amp compression. I guess that's why I like it. It's bringing up the back end of my overdrive chain, pushing it through my modulation, that kind of stuff, but into the front of the Friedman and getting the Friedman to wake up, because I've got the Friedman set with the master's about 6 maybe 6.5 and the gain's down at like 2, so the Friedman's pretty clean, you know. That's, I mean, we heard it before. You can hear this thing over here, but that's really not adding. This is the Friedman. Neck pickup, so it's not really that crunchy at all. But what's kind of cool, and I told you too about dynamic levels. Like this is pretty loud in here. I didn't check it, but I'm sure I'm probably pushing, I don't know, 95 dB easily, maybe 100. I was astonished how loud these things were without even cranking them up. Terrifying. I'm like, oh wow, there goes my hearing every time I play it. But like if I bring this down, like okay, let's say I'm playing at night. Watch this. Okay, I'm gonna play really quiet here. This now comes into play. So you kind of get the idea. I can play at almost no level at all. Now that's probably down more like 70, honestly. You could easily talk over that level right there. Let's see what I have on. You can totally hear my voice over that, right? It's not bad at all. So anyway, let's see, what else was I going to show off? Going back to our settings, pull up. So then, let's see what else. We didn't really ask about the Variac fuzz. This is a MXR super badass Variac fuzz. so cool because you can adjust the voltage with a knob. You don't have to worry about getting batteries for it. And again, it's set at minimum. I mean, all this stuff's at minimum. If I want super fuzz, I just add the golden acorn to it. Watch this. I don't know what you do with it, but then, you know, any of that stuff you can stack and get the same effect. So you get more fuzz just running it through an overdrive. I've got the overdrive running through distortion like the phenom. That's probably my crunchiest sound. Compressor in the front. Compressor in the back. Archer in the back. So a lot of those are pretty similar. But what I found is that I can get all the overdrive I need with all of these pedals turned way, way down. And then just layer them in to get what you want. So, let's see what else. Nothing else really substantial. The C turquoise delay is just an analog. Doesn't have any modulation, nothing like that. It's just a nice analog delay. It does have tone control though, so you can roll it down to the background. Which is how that ended up. That's one control, just like this little reverb I was talking about. I'm not hearing my reverb side here for some reason. Oh, that's why. There's a reverb side. The delay goes to both sides. Cheesy chorus. And I like using the Keeley on the harmonic tremolo with that chorus because it's kind of makes it more sloshy. Oh, and then the Keeley on dynamic mode. Wow. So the Keeley on dynamic mode is like the more you play into it, the more it reacts. So it's like. To me, that's just amazing. It's like you can hardly tell it's there, but it's so there. And still very dynamic, you know. The end. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed my little tour, and hope that answers some of your questions, and we'll see you around.